Good day, everyone. I hope you had a great Thursday. Metaphors be with you. Yeah, so I'm wearing this shirt today for the first time. It's cool. So, today was an interesting day full of surprises and not really all that eventful at the same time. So I had library today. So I went in, did the usual thing they do at the library. Last week when I worked there, there was like a huge pileup of hold books. So there was like 30 pages, and that's 30 pages consolidated down with me like making little edits here and there to widen the margins and take away a row on each book of useless information that I don't need to know when I'm looking for the books. And so I don't think it was 20, I think it was like 26, not 30. But still, today, the 3 o'clock list was printed after I finished with the holds and everything. And someone else printed it before I got to it. And so they left the margins where they were. They didn't edit or take out anything. And it was 18 pages. So 18 pages edited down with the little extra things taken out and stuff like that would have probably been closer to 10 pages, maybe only 9, but about 10 pages. So much shorter, much more manageable. And I managed to complete the whole thing, every single one. Another thing I don't like about just taking the sheet is that everything's in the weird order. They kind of like divide the sections up alphabetically instead of by the layout in the library. And so what I try to do is after I widen the margins, take out all the extra stuff, I then try to order them according to a layout that's helpful and useful for me to get through it all in a nice flow. Versus, oh, here's a book in the juvenile fiction, and oh, now there's the book over in large print. Now I got to go over to Easy Readers and grab a book. Now I'm going back over to the fiction section, adults, and it's like over here and over there and over there. Usually there's at least quite a few books in the section beforehand, but there's occasionally one, and I can't figure out why, where they have like a book like all by itself, separated from the rest on the list, but they're going to be in that section. And so I can either waste time standing there flipping pages every time I'm going to a new section and seeing if I find anything that should be there, or I just follow the list in order and just do that running around thing. So, so the 5 o'clock list came up after I finished the 3 o'clock list, right at like 5:07. That's what it was, 5:07. So I went back, I got to the list, I started doing my edits, filling out, widen the margins, take everything out, put it all in order. And after completing the 3 o'clock list completely, the remaining list was down to 3 pages. Like, yeah, 3 pages. So since I got to print 2 pieces of paper, and they're going to print front and back, I went ahead and spaced them out according to sections, kind of, to where I had all of the adult fiction, biography, everything on one side. On the other side had all the adult nonfiction. And on the other paper I had the juvenile fiction and juvenile nonfiction on one side and the easy readers on the other side of that paper. And boom, bang, bing, bada, boom. In less than an hour I knocked out all of those and left the library right at 6 o'clock. My mom got a hold of me while I was there and told me she was going to make tacos, which of course is always okay in my book. So I went over there, got some tacos. Josh was busy, had worship team practice, so he had to go to church for that. So me and my mom and my sister, 3 of us, played the logo game. It did not turn out very well for me. I lost. I was like only about halfway through the board. My mom and Heather both got to the end. Heather got near the end first. My mom caught up to her, then passed her, jumped into the winner's circle, and managed to pull off the win. Heather was so excited that she was about to win the trivia game, and then, as luck would have it, or I should say, as my mom's luck would have it, everything fell into her lap. Easy questions, and everything did not go Heather's way with a bunch of hard questions coming to her, and my mom passed her and filled in to the winner's circle and answered the questions she needed to and won the game. So that happened. Then I came back here and I finished watching Impact, TNA Impact Wrestling, which I started last night, but I got tired and the cable freaked out and shut off twice. So after the first reboot, when the second one happened, I was like, all right, forget it. I'll just call it here. And so I came, went to bed. I was tired anyways, like you guys saw in yesterday's vlog. Yeah, so I finished that, and then I watched SmackDown, which I'm going to talk just for a second about that. One of my favorite wrestlers right now is Kane. And for the majority of his career, he's played this demonic character that like loves to inflict pain on others and just over the top, ridiculous. But does it in a way. The guy who plays him does it in a way that just makes it like, I don't know. I can't describe it. Just the way he presents that character is just very entertaining, I think. And he's taking a new turn on it because lately he wore a mask for the longest time. Then he took the mask off and he was the same kind of person, the same character. Basically, he was just not masked anymore. And then finally he went back to a point where he put the mask back on, but it was a different mask. It was the same mask, same idea. And he went back full on into that character again. Every time he changes, he seems to really push that character more and more. And then for a little while that worked, and then he kind of became like this joking character. It's ironic because it doesn't fit his look, because he looks like this evil character with the red mask, and he's just doing all these silly little things. So then they had him basically take his mask off, give it to the Authority, and they made him the director of operations, and he wore a nice suit, and he acted like a normal person. He still had matches here and there, but he wasn't treated as seriously, as big of a threat, things like that. And then a couple months ago, he went out with a leg injury caused not a real leg injury, something caused storyline, and he disappeared. And he came back recently, and now he's playing like a double character, like a very confused individual that doesn't seem to remember that he is that evil character and that he just put it aside. He seems to somehow block that out. And so he's this nice guy, director of operations. But then he's changing into Kane, the evil character, and he has no memory of him doing that. And so it's happening, and they're coming up with creative ways to like see how he changes or how quickly he can change from one to the other. And they're making us not sure, does he or does he not realize that he is, or is he just playing the part to confuse everyone? And that's the question. So it's a lot of fun watching that play out, I think. One more thing, I'm currently watching The Heroes Reborn, that I mentioned last week was starting, and I enjoy it. I'm still enjoying it. I remembered the kid, that one kid that I was like, it was driving me crazy. I couldn't remember what he was in. He was on Once Upon a Time, which I even scanned my brain through Once Upon a Time characters and I couldn't find him. But he was on Once Upon a Time. He played Peter Pan, which was a villain, not the good Peter Pan. He was a very evil villain, and was actually the father of Rumpelstiltskin, and then just a whole bunch of crazy that I've tried to explain on the vlog before. Anyway, that's about it. So that's where the kid was from. So mystery solved there. So I'm gonna close this vlog out before we get to 10 minutes. So good night, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.